So my journey with astrology actually started years ago when I was an atheist, and I believed that the only rational thing to think about the meaning of life was that there was none, that life was a meaningless accident, it was cruel and stupid, and we were stuck in it. I thought that that was a rational belief I had arrived at through logic. And one day I heard this quote by Alan Watts that just shook me to my core. And the quote was this. You're going to see me looking down because I'm reading it. This is the quote. Actually, maybe I'll put a screen in here. Through our eyes, the universe is perceiving itself. Through our ears, the universe is listening to its harmonies. We are the witnesses through which the universe becomes conscious of its glory, of its magnificence. And I'm not sure if Alan Watts meant what I took out of that quote, but what I took out of it was my life has meaning because I am an experience of the universe's consciousness, because I am the universe having an experience of Laura. And I'm the only time the universe is going to have an experience of Laura. Therefore, my existence matters. And that was a shift that I was able to get to without changing my belief system at all, simply by changing the lens through which I was looking at reality. Shortly after that, a friend came into my life, back into my life. She was really into astrology. She started talking to me about it, and I was really enjoying our conversations. But at one point I was like, I have always been interested in astrology. I like it so much. I'm understanding how deep it can be and how cool it can be to look at people through this lens. Like, I really love it, but there's no way I can convince myself that astrology is real. It just doesn't make any sense. And she was basically like, why does that matter? And we ended up having this conversation about what are you looking for from your beliefs? Do you want to locate the absolute nature of reality? Because if that's what you want to do, you probably don't have the equipment to do it. You have really flawed sensory equipment in general, and it's not designed for understanding the absolute nature of reality, nor do you have any reliable means to draw on to get to the absolute nature of reality. But what you can do is you can pick up belief and you can use it as technology. You can see what it teaches you about your own consciousness, how it helps you in life, how it helps you either enjoy being who you are or maybe crunches you down and makes you scared, in which case you get rid of it and you pick up a new belief. So in that time, in I guess late 2012, early 2013, I was coming into this new phase of I get to choose the meaning I make out of life, and I can pick up whatever belief system I want and work with it as long as I'm maintaining this kind of critical eye towards, is this serving me? Is it making my life better? And that's how I started studying astrology. Now, in 2021, I am very different than I was back then. I have a very different concept of what material reality is. I have fun, trippy beliefs that I mess with that I like. And I work with magic and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm fully in whatever witchy world I ended up diving into way back then. And yet the root of my philosophy about astrology is the same. And that is, I have choices about the meaning I make out of my life, and I can choose to make the meaning that fills me with joy and makes my life better. And I can choose to move away from meanings that make me feel crunched down and small and sad. And that is essentially the whole thing that I'm doing with True Self Astrology.